you can see from the boxes and the completely different setting behind me, I have just moved to Seattle, and it has been hectic. It has been a crazy, crazy move. We had issues with the airlines, we had issues with the moving company. I still haven't found a job, but I'm so in love with this city. It's absolutely beautiful. The people are incredibly friendly and wonderful, and the school has wonderful resources and a wonderful program, and orientation starts tomorrow, so I cannot wait to be a part of that. Because my apartment is so small, and I will do an apartment tour at some point, but probably not for a couple weeks because it's still a hot mess, nothing is put together, and I have no shelves or decorations or anything yet. So once it's all put together, I'll do a tour. But because my apartment is so small, I was really, really limited on what I could bring, specifically on what books I could bring. As you guys know, I own about 500 books. That's a lot of books that would take up my entire apartment. So I had to choose less than 30 books to bring with me, some of which I tacked on at the end. I was supposed to bring like 10. Whoops. So I was supposed to bring less than 30 books, and I did manage to choose some. I thought that I would share with you guys the books I chose today and why I chose them. And then you'll see them time and time again because they're the books I'm going to be using for responses, and they'll be on my bookshelf in the background and yada yada. The first one is sort of an odd choice. It's Religion for Atheists by Elaine de Botton. Elaine de Botton. It's a very American pronunciation, I'm sorry. There's a wonderful chapter in here on museums, and since I'm going to school for museums, I really like the ideas that this presented, and I wanted to have this as a reference book, so that's why I brought this one. The next book I brought is Margaret Atwood's The Tent. This is a book that I read during Dewey's in April, and I loved it, but I read it so quickly I didn't give it enough attention, and it's small, easy to fit in luggage, so I tacked it on to do some more in-depth reading of in the future. The next one, it's quite hefty, is Star Wars and History. I love all of these series because I love history, but this felt particularly relevant with the new Star Wars film coming out this year, and I thought I would give it a read before it does come out. Next, I brought my Walt Disney biography. This biography is by Bob Thomas, and I bought it at Disney World. It's my favorite copy of a book that I own because it's got like 1 million people have signed it, and it's wonderful. So I brought this, A, because I've yet to read it, and B, if I make it to Disneyland, California while I'm here, I want to be able to bring this along to have more characters sign it. This next one, these next two are quite hefty as well. This is the Dictionary of Imaginary Places. I've mentioned this in a video before. It's my go-to resource for academic scholarly writing about fiction, and specifically the world building within those. I brought my notes from a paper I wrote about the intersection between how you portray nature in fiction and the author's religion. I want to embellish that paper and get it published, so I brought this along to refine my notes and do more work on that paper. The next one is equally academic, but not gonna be used academically. I brought the Oxford Book of American Poetry because I love poetry. There's so many poems in here I read, and sometimes I just get in a craving for poetry, so I figured I'd bring it all in one book and knock it out easy. The next book I brought, and I don't know why it has 2 bookmarks in it right now, probably because I've almost forgot them, is James Joyce Dubliners. I picked up this copy in Ireland. I've wanted to give it a read for a while, never got to it, but since Seattle is quite a similar city to Dublin, I brought it along. Again, a small one, easy to read and easy to keep on a bookshelf. Then I brought Harry Potter and History. Once again, I love the history series, and there's a new Harry Potter film coming out next year, and I've yet to finish reading this. I got to the bit about Severus and the history of the name Severus, and then I had to quit, so I'm going to pick this back up. Next, I brought Jeanette Wall's The Glass Castle. I love this book. That's pretty much the only reason. It's a comfort read for me and an inspirational read for me, and I wanted to have it easily accessible on my bookshelf. Then I brought Neil Gaiman's American Gods. Again, this one is coming out in a film. I'm not sure when the release date for that is, but it is coming out in a film, and I want to be able to reread it and give it some more attention before that does come out. Next, I brought Zinc by Sherry Bennett. One of my all-time favorite books, a comfort read for me. Then I brought David Nichols' One Day. This is in a similar vein as, as The Glass Castle, in that it's very much an inspirational read for me and a comfort read for becoming a person. Next, I brought The Last Page by Anthony Huso. I can't remember if I've talked about receiving this before or not. It's supposed to be very similar to China Me Avil. I ordered it and I did not read it yet. I read the companion that I bought with it, Chomp, not companion books, just the companion book that I ordered with it. But I read that one and liked it, but I hadn't had the chance to read this one yet. So I brought it along kind of inexcusably. It's quite large, but oh well. Next I brought Chasing Shadows. This came in a book box in July. I've read the other 2 books that came in that book box, and I haven't read this one yet. I brought it because I have to read it this month because I get a new book box next month, and I want to have already read the books from July. I'm a little bit behind, but not really. There's 3 books, one for July, one for August, one for September. I'm right on track, but I'm going to give this a read. The next book I brought was that Anne McCaffrey Challenge Crossroads Adventure novel or whatever, The Dragon Harper. I also brought the clipboard with my notes and my dice to play this game. I thought I would play it on the plane here and in Iowa when we were visiting a family. I didn't, but I still brought it just because it's fun and cute and little and easy. The next thing I brought was Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This came in that same box as Chasing Shadows. Loved this book. It was so good. And what just fell? Something important probably just fell. That's fine. The next one I brought for a similar reason and because I loved it and want to read the sequel, and that's this is To All the Boys I Loved Before You. P.S. I Love You is next one, but To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. A beautiful copy. I got it for $5 and I loved it, so I've got it. And the final book that I brought is Juliet in August. I picked this book up at the Dollar Tree. It was $1. I meant to finish reading it in August. I did start reading it in August, but I didn't finish until September 7th or so, about a week into September. I really enjoyed it. For being a dollar store book, it was a really enjoyable read. It's set in a Canadian small town named Juliet, and just sort of gives you a glimpse into everybody's lives while also following this grand, like, historical journey. I don't know. It's really cool. So I brought this one along mostly because I was still in the middle of it and needed to finish it, not for any sort of significant thing. So there you have it. I haven't counted how many books I brought. Let's do that right now. I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 books. I brought 18 books with me. I think that's pretty good. Choosing out of 500 was pretty hard, but 18. And I will accumulate more, I'm sure, so I'm going to need more shelves. But anyway, I am so sorry I've missed you guys for so long. I will definitely be back. Basically, the reason I've been gone is because during Booktubeathon, and Gishwas was the same week, I made the executive decision to upgrade my computer to Windows 10. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually really like Windows. I like Windows 10 a lot. I think the platform's really awesome. But the one big, massive, major flaw is that it got rid of Movie Maker, and no previous version of Movie Maker is compatible with Windows 10. Well, Movie Maker is what I use to make these videos for you guys, and it's what I was comfortable with because it was simple, it was easy, it didn't cost money, it didn't take time to learn, I knew what I was doing. I have yet to find a video editor that works for me since then. I downloaded some free trials of some of the professional grade ones, and I didn't care for them because they were just too fancy for what I need. I need, like, cut the clips, add music, add a title and an end screen. That's it. I don't do anything fancy. So if you guys have any suggestions, I would really appreciate hearing them because I'm tired of not making videos and I want to share my new life in Seattle with you guys. And yeah, and I've missed this. So if you have any ideas, shoot me a message or leave it in a comment below. I'm going to keep exploring and keep trying to find new video editors, and hopefully I'll strike on one soon that I like now that I've got a little bit of free time and I'm not spending every last moment with friends or family before I move. So I will see you guys soon. Bye!